It is right here, ladies and gentlemen. She is going to the lake of fire.
That's right.
We present to you a Rome Productions.
What's good, everybody? If you're a first time viewer of my content of this video, like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be watching a TikTok video from the lovely Miss Lex. Alright, Miss Lexa. I've been following her for a good month or two, maybe somewhere around there. Maybe for the past few months. But she makes great content on TikTok. I follow her on Instagram. She follows me on Instagram. She be putting down all type of information concerning the Bible. All type of stuff concerning Christianity and stuff like that. And with this particular video, she is talking about Hebrew Israelites and their perception on how black people are cursed.
Real quick, because I have to go wash this conditioner out of my hair, but the Hebrew Israelites have made a video that they keep sending to me, and I am honored to announce they have used me for their Bible study class. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know much about the Israelites, but I do know that they read from the same Bible as Christians, but they don't consider themselves Christians. As a matter of fact, I think they hate Christians as well as women, but that's not the point. Another thing that I know is that their favorite passage in the Bible is Deuteronomy 28. This passage tells us about all the curses that people would suffer from disobeying God. If you sit back and read these curses, you'll see that they are scarily similar to the history of what blacks have been through. I'm guessing that black people were the only people on the planet to disobey God. Or it could be very possible that we are reading the plans of our oppressors written by the oppressors. Anyway, we'll figure that out later. From my understanding, the Israelites believe that black people have been justifiably and rightfully cursed by God, and that is why we have been and will continue to be oppressed. My confusion comes in because in Galatians, it says that Jesus, or Yeshua, tomato, redeemed us from all the curses of the law by becoming a curse for us. The last part of what I just said literally tells us that this character is a curse, and we are not going to ignore that. But our focus for now is on the first part. I'll repeat it. It says, Jesus redeemed us from all curses of the law. Why then did all of this black oppression happen after his alleged death? And why do y'all still claim that black people are cursed?
So if you don't know the concept of black people being cursed in Hebrews, the Hebrew Israelites, or most Hebrew Israelites, believe that black people are cursed. Now, what they would tell people is that even though that they are cursed, they are a set apart nation, right? They are a royal priesthood, this, that, and the third. You can't have these same narratives in the same category. You can't preach that you're a holy nation, that you're God's favorite people, and then be cursed at the same time. It doesn't go together. This whole dynamic of being blessed and cursed only shows up one time. This whole specific case of being put into bondage and being sent back to Egypt in ships, you only see this one time. The scenario here isn't to give you a prophecy of what's going to happen to the Israelites. It's to emphasize the curses that will be laid upon the Hebrews if they are to disobey God in his commandments. But what Israelites will tell you is that specifically with this scripture, this signifies and this prophesies that black people were going to be brought back to, let me turn this down. That black people were to be sent back to Egypt, right? Or figuratively, they're talking about America. That's what they want to signify, because in one particular script, it talks about how one of the nations being swift as an eagle, right? Not signifying America. It's signifying how fast, how swift the nation is. All right, it's comparing it to an animal, the particular traits of that animal being swift, and that's where it's talking. It's not talking about America. But dealing back with the scenario here, when dealing with being brought back to Egypt, it's not talking about America. Some people will say that Egypt signifies the house of bondage or represents bondage. It doesn't represent that at all, because when you look at the word bondage in Egypt in Hebrew, they are signifying two different things. When they talk about going back to Egypt, it's talking about the physical place of Egypt, all right? And it signifies that many times throughout the Bible. So whenever you see when it says in the Bible how the Israelites were brought out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. It's not talking about Egypt being the house of bondage. It's talking about the place where they were captivated. They can still dwell within Egypt and not be in captivity. And that has happened. With this also being said, when I was talking about, figuratively speaking, right? Because as we know, the Bible is spoken in allegory, illustrations, and figurative forms of speaking. If we're going to use this particular script and say that this is what they actually meant when they were talking about how they were going to be sent back in ships to Egypt, right? And we're going to say somehow that Egypt replicates America. Then what about this script in Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 53, where it tells you, "And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy God has given thee in the siege, in the straitness, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee." Now you read this, and it tells you that you're going to eat your own babies. And really, if you want to look at it, what type of God are you serving to where he commands you to eat your own babies, even if it's figurative? Let that sink in. You're going to eat the flesh of your own babies. That's one of the curses. Now, if you are to say that this is just something figuratively being said to you, right? God don't actually mean we're going to eat the flesh of our babies. Then how can you use one script that says you're going to be sent back to Egypt in ships and have that be the pinnacle for your whole argument of why you're Israelites? How are you going to have that to be the centerpiece of so many prophecies coming to pass concerning black people? Now, something that Lex said was that the curses concerning this script are scary, or basically it's scary how compared of the curses it is concerning black people. Now, I would argue that the curses ain't got a goddamn thing to do with black people. None of it. I would argue, however, that if they are compared to black people, that there is a narrative or there is something going on behind the scenes concerning the elites in which you have these curses being set upon a set of people, right? In which they control who is on top and who is on bottom, if you want to get into that scenario. Other than that, these curses ain't got nothing to do with us as black people. It's sad, to be honest, that a lot of black people really do believe that they're a cursed set of people, because there's no other nation or no other set of people that actually believe that they're a cursed set of people. And you can't strive, if you subconsciously see yourself as cursed, you can't strive as a nation of people. You're always going to give an excuse for yourself because you're cursed. You can't get out of a curse unless the curse be uplifted. And as she said, Jesus was the final sacrifice for the curse of the law. Tells you that in the New Testament. But you have some of these Hebrews who don't even identify themselves with the New Testament, which is beyond me. But if Jesus be the final sacrifice for the law, right? If Jesus be the final sacrifice for the curse of the law, then how did y'all get put back under the curses of the law? Lest y'all didn't accept Jesus or something like that. I don't understand that scenario. But if you're a Hebrew, you can share your thoughts in the comment section below. Inform me, because as far as I'm concerned, Jesus was the final sacrifice for the curse of the law. So therefore, the curses and the things that happen under the law are canceled out. But you can share your thoughts with me in the comment section below and bring that out for me. As far as I'm concerned concerning the Bible, it's not something to be taken literal. It's something that's to be taken allegorically, and it's an illustration of what happens within, as without, as above, so below. All right, the Bible is not to be taken literal. It's something that is illustrating something concerning enlightenment. All right, do not take the Bible literal when it tells you about the Israelites in Egypt for 400 years. Don't take it literal when it tells you that Jesus was walking on water and healing the sick and raising the dead. Jonah in the belly of the beast. David in Goliath. Moses spreading the Red Seas. Everything. All right. Everything is allegorical. Everything is signifying something that's greater than whatever you can imagine. All right. But share your thoughts in the comments below concerning the basis of what I mentioned and what I brought up. If I left anything out, if you think I'm wrong, respectfully comment in the comment section below. If you're a Hebrew Israelite and you disagree with what I had to say, if you feel like Deuteronomy 28 is the end all be all to the prophecy of black people today in America, share your thoughts in the comment section below. Until next time, I'm Charles. Thank you for watching this video. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with other people. Until next time, I'm Charles, and I am out.
You know I will provide that good shit for you. You know I will provide that good shit for you. You know I will provide that good shit for you. You know I will provide that. Look like Papa's got a brand new bag. Any man who mad, tell him ooh fucking fam too bad. Known to spit with the coldest with no particular motive. I've grown a bit till I notice what phony bitches are bogus. I bring doom to any MF, I'm a mad villain. I son niggas, my songs give you a dad feeling. The groovy new emperor, known to move temperatures. Life's a bitch but she keeps sending me nude pics of her. She let it all hang out without shame. Through stories of each previous spouse about fame. Trying to remove a skirt made of doubt and clout games. Then penetrate her until her mouth spit out change. Nevertheless, they can't measure my fresh. No rest till the devil is stressed. Tell him I'm blessed. I'm smiling, staring down a barrel of fear. Any competitor